Welcome to the Peachtree Morning Show by DCI. It's a wise way to start the day. Hope you enjoy.
Good morning and welcome to Peachtree Cafe Morning Show. Good morning, Geshe Michael, and thank you for having us in the show today. Good morning, Seji.
Good morning.
And I'm Noor, as you know. And we are happy to be with you, having our morning tea with you, and we hope you are having light breakfast and enjoying this talk. Let's start with a very interesting question, which
right.
I think it comes to everyone's mind, maybe during since he heard about the seed system. So let's hear it together.
This question is from Jasmine from China.
Hello, Geshe Michael. This is Jasmine from China. I have a question. I have been practicing diamond cutter wisdom for more than 1 year, and the more I practice, the more I found that in my deep thought, in my deep consciousness, I really don't believe it. It's really disappointing, you know. Could you please give me some clue? Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Jasmine, for your question. I see here a very good point of she is practicing since 1 year and she is trying to learn more. And actually, when I heard the question first time, I felt, oh no. But then I realized like this is a very good point to mention because we want our practice to give us the results which will convince us about the system. So I see in this question 2 points. She has been practicing for 1 year and she got some results, which is great. And then how we can deal with this idea of not believing in something or not believing in system, and giving her kind of calm her mind down and make her more trusty in trust more the system. So I would like to start with Geshe Michael. What do you think about this?
I have a very unusual idea.
Okay, I like unusual ideas.
So the purpose of meditation is to learn to listen to our own mind. You know, usually we are inside the thoughts. We are having the thoughts, and we are so much inside the thoughts that we cannot watch the thoughts. So really, your meditation is getting better if you can listen to your mind talk. That means you are making progress in your meditation. And so I'd say, first of all, Jasmine, you are making progress, but you don't know you are making progress because you can listen to your own mind and you can hear your mind talking about the doubts, that the mind has a doubt and the mind is saying, oh, maybe this system doesn't work. So that's my first thought, is I want to congratulate you for learning to listen to your mind. But secondly, if you say, my usual thoughts are coming back and it's difficult for me to hold the new system in my mind, like those two systems, they're inside my mind, they are a little bit fighting with each other, you know? And Geshe-la, usually the old system is the winner and the new system is the loser. But I say, Jasmine, if you can listen to the two systems in your mind, you're already doing very, very well. So all of your problem, I think, is progress, because you have learned, number one, you have learned to listen to your mind. And number two, you are distinguishing between this system and the old system. So you are already halfway, 2/3 finished, I think. I think you are making very good progress. What do you guys think?
I want to add something to that. Also congratulating you, Jasmine, because to me, it seems what this tells me is that you have a critical mind. And it's a great thing. I believe that, so if you would have just taken this system as, oh yeah, it's true, because someone told it to me, that with that ease, you would grab something else. The fact that you're saying, you know what, I'm being honest with myself. There's a deep part of me that doesn't believe it. You have a critical mind, and I think that's exactly what we need to have success. Again, one of the main things when people ask me about this, I tell them, look, you know what, this is not a belief system. Don't believe me. Just try it for yourself and see the results that it has in your life, and then you make your own conclusions. I'm telling you, because it has had great results. It has had an amazing impact in my life. I'm still working on it. I'm not where I want to be, but I have already seen a great progress in a way that I know that someone else can come and tell me it doesn't work. I say, okay, fine. For me, it has worked, so I'll continue doing it. So I think great. I think you're in a great path, Jasmine. I would say keep going. Keep being critical, saying, okay, what part of these makes sense? What part of these doesn't make sense?
Yeah, I think I'm super happy and super proud of Jasmine, because she said she has been practicing, like applying the DCI system for 1 year. And I would like to start and stop here in my mind. Keep doing the 4 steps, keep using the system, and detach from believing or not believing. Let the results convince your mind. Our mind like to be convinced in a smart way. And the only thing we resonate with is the concrete results. Keep doing the 4 steps, keep practicing the principles with coffee meditation, and detach from the idea of, do I need to believe on it or not? The result will convince you, and you will get to a point when you find an answer for this question. So I really love the idea she is practicing. And I think would be something else to inspire others to say about the results you are mentioning. You are having, and that will inspire also others to try it and see what will happen later. Your mind will become more flexible to see all possibilities, and the mind will choose to believe or not. Even though, as Seiji said, we don't insist like you should believe in this. Your results must make you want to practice more, and that's all what we want, to apply more the 4 steps, right, Geshe Michael?
Yeah, there are 4 ancient schools of philosophy, and the highest one is called middle way, and that has 2 parts, and the highest part of that is like, I was thinking a few days ago, you can call it the sarcastic answer school, So I don't know, your wife says you never clean the room, you never clean the room, and then you say, well, okay, let's clean it every 10 minutes, for the whole day, let's clean it every 10 minutes. It means you want to say we don't need to clean it all day, but you don't say I don't think so. You give a sarcastic answer, what do you call it? Exaggeration answer. Okay, so I suggest, Jasmine, if you want to have some fun with your mind, then tell your mind, talk to your mind. Okay, Seiji's ancient book, his translation is like this: talk to your mind and say, okay, you know what? Let's forget this DCI system. Let's just do the opposite. Every time we want something, let's cheat somebody, or let's lie to somebody, or let's compete with somebody. Forget this helping other people so that I can get a good result. But it's crazy. Let's do the opposite. Okay, let's cheat as many people as we can. Let's lie during our business. Let's ignore other people's needs completely today. Let's don't pay attention to anybody else's needs, and see how that feels. See if that feels more comfortable.
Wow, unusual.
Yeah.
Seiji, what do you think?
Oh my God.
What idea you have?
Well, I was thinking that, I would go as far as saying, honestly, if this system doesn't work for you, switch it. Like I would say, I don't like when I found something that tells me you have to do this, you have to do this other thing. Try whatever finds in you. I found, and a lot of the people I have met have found, that this is what makes ultimate sense. And when you really try, I am convinced that it makes sense, and you get the results. It's like you said, okay, so if this doesn't work, let's try something else. It's either random or someone else is deciding for you. And or this, like you have control of what you perceive. You create your reality. As far as I know, these are the possibilities, right? The only one that I would like to use is this one, because the other two, then I shouldn't do anything. I just, if it's random, then, or if it's someone else deciding for me, then I shouldn't do anything. Whatever I do will create a random result. So I don't know, evaluate and
Yes, again, we go to the same point, which say make your experience tell what you will decide about the system. And 1 year, I think, and if you continue, it will give us a clue. Is this like not every result, positive or negative, I get is random? Like if you are using one system for 1 year and you're having results, that is great thing to be aware of and reflect on that. One more thing I would say, coffee meditation. I don't know, I love coffee meditation. I love to bring it back always. Be happy. When we study coffee meditation in deeper level, we say there is a finer point for coffee meditation when you can be happy for this, the good results you already have. Because we tend to think like this seed is finished, and no, if you got a result, a good result, applying the 4 steps, you can now reactivate the seed and make these results comes again and again. Make this little visible correlation. You see, you take your experiment. For 1 month, I did this and I saw this good result. Maybe this is coming from this, and that will convince the mind more. And now talking to you guys, I don't know why I got the idea of meditation, because Geshe started with it. Yes, maybe also emphasize the practice of meditation will make our mind more open, and we will hear more thoughts coming and more ideas to convince or to disconvince us about the system. But the main idea is do your experience, Jasmine, evaluate it from this point of view. And what you, Geshe Michael, would like to add to that?
I want to go get something out of my laundry room. Okay.
Okay.
2
Okay.
seconds.
Okay. So meanwhile, Seiji.
okay. So actually, Jasmine, you know what? I wanted to add something.
Yes.
We are all, if we are being really honest, we're all doing this. All of us are doing this. We learn about the seed system, and we say that we believe it, but what happens? We come back to our house, like the famous story of the two husbands. Someone yells at us, and we get angry. And we have all heard about the pen. We all think we believe it, but they say that even when you're teaching the pen, you don't even your idea about the pen is that it's still coming from its own side. So it's good that you're realizing and that you're being honest with yourself, because we're all unless you're no longer can get irritated, unless you have no mental negative emotions, you know, it means that we're not deep down, we don't believe it. So it's everybody happens. This happens to everyone, and I think it's good to remember that it's a process. You know, remember that we're trying to go against a very deep ingrained instinct in our mind, and I think it's good to give ourselves a little bit of patience to say, you look, this is a very, very probably the hardest, the most deep-rooted belief we have. So we're not going to destroy it in a year. It's a life progress. I would say that. So just be patient with yourself. We all do it. Otherwise, we would never get angry, etc., etc.
Okay,
I have a surprise, Geshe.
Well, this is a bag I bought online, of course. These are seeds, a bag of seeds, and my backyard, we dug it up, and we put horse poop. We put a lot of very good incense poop on the backyard, and now we are going to plant. This is for making oatmeal, so oats to eat, and so it happened last year that we planted like oats. Okay, it was a lot of work because the soil here is very poor. It's a desert. So a lot of stones, and we had to dig and dig and dig, and we put the horse poop, then we put these seeds, and then came up some kind of, what do you call it, weeds,
Mhm.
okay? Some ugly weed, and it has a bad thorns on it. But so what did me and Veronica think? What did we say? We look at each other and we say, oh, look, some thorn seed got in the backyard
Mhm.
before we planted this one. We didn't say, oh, look,
Yeah.
the oat seed changed halfway up, he
Mhm.
changed it to a thorn bush. We didn't think like that. We thought, oh, we planted a nice oat seeds,
Mhm.
but probably there were some older seeds in the soil, and they came up first. So we will pull them out.
Mhm.
Then underneath the new seeds will come up, and we will have some nice oats. So
Mhm.
same in our life, okay? If you keep doing good things for other people, but you don't get the result you want, then obviously it's not that the good seed produced something bad.
Mhm.
It's that there's some older seeds in the tu means Chinese soil.
Mhm.
In the soil here, there's some older seeds, obviously. So you have to pull out those old ones.
Mhm.
And give time for the new seed. The new seed will grow, but
Mhm.
don't get impatient. Like Seiji said,
Yeah.
I think patience is very important.
Mhm.
I also want to repeat what Seiji said. What you both said is that it's difficult to change your mind in one day or 1 week or 1 year. This the mind, the whole world is thinking, for example, that competition is good. The whole world.
Mhm.
Now, one person out of a million stand up and say, no, let's help other people. Let's don't compete with them.
Mhm.
Then, of course, it's going to be difficult to be the one person in a million. The whole internet, the whole people you meet, everybody's telling you competition, competition, competition. Then to be one person in a million who tried to change, of course, it's going to take time. It will take time.
Mhm.
Okay, you guys want to wrap up any concrete things?
Yes, Seiji.
Well, the first thing is don't get disappointed. The opposite, be happy because you're noticing things. Like Geshe Michael said,
Mhm.
you are going into very deep into your mind and you're noticing
Mhm.
these things. The
Mhm.
second one that I remember was also congratulate yourself because you have a critical mind
Mhm.
and you're not taking things just because someone tells you, someone who's charismatic told you. You're putting them to the test.
Mhm.
That's the most I would dare to say this is the most important thing in our system, trying it out.
Exactly. Make your experience, your own experience, be patient, detaching from believing or not believing, like scientific experiment. I'm doing these good things and I'm having these results in my life. Be your own judge. Our mind like this idea, like this gradual convincing. So, and at the same time, planting the seed, keeping the 4 steps plan you are doing. This is very good practice, very good seed to maintain. Keep doing this and make the results, your experiment, your experience, be aware of it, and the results will convince you. Meanwhile, if you need any questions, you can leave us a comment or tell us about your experience, and we are happy to assist with the comments and with the with being with you in this journey, which is not easy. And Geshe Michael, would you like to add something before?
Well, I have 3 things. First one, do you have a question for Monday for us?
We do.
We do.
Let's show that one first.
So this question comes from, sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, Kai Ling from Malaysia.
Hi, Kishimaka. I'm Kylie from Malaysia. I have a question. My dad is having bad diabetes, which is leading to kidney failure. So he takes medication, but he refuses to control his diet or even do things that is harmful to diabetic. So we have advising multiple times. So what can my family do so that my dad can know how to take care of his own health willingly without force? Thank you.
Wow, that's a great question. The dad has a serious kidney problem, and he's sort of refusing to eat properly. That would help him. So that's a great question. We'll be covering it on Monday.
On Monday.
So two other announcements. First of all, as you know, the Sedona College International Management term for May, because of the virus and because of the danger of flying from many different countries, we want to protect our students. So we have canceled the in-person college program, but we are going to go ahead with the translator classes. We call the mixed nuts translator classes. We call our group mixed nuts because we are all a little bit crazy. So there are 10 translators learning many, many hours. They are learning how to translate the ancient books. And it's very, very exciting, very cool, very fun. You will get lost within 3 minutes. And
1 minute.
And you will enjoy a lot, I think, especially if you're in lockdown in your house, you're in quarantine, then just try, it doesn't hurt. Come and listen to those deep, deep, deep classes, and what things you learn, you can use it in your real life. So if you're interested to register, here's the email address you can write to: mixednutsclass@gmail.com. The class will be May 19th, June 2nd. We'll be doing early in the morning and late at night in the US, so that people in Asia and people in Europe will be able to listen to it and just have fun. In the monastery, we have a system where once a week we will go to the class of the senior class, and we are freshmen, and we will sit for 1 hour. It's a tradition, and we don't understand anything what they are talking about, but it changes your mind. It has an effect on your mind. So I really encourage you to do that. Secondly, today is the day that we're going to announce the first winner of the Spotify playlist contest. Seiji, not yet.
Oh.
Now, so for the first week, we had one application because I didn't tell you about it, and Yeshi Michael win the playlist. And we're gonna post the playlist link on the Facebook and on the YouTube. Okay.
Oh,
and,
nice.
So Seiji is gonna take care of that. And this is a 1 hour music mix that I use for my yoga. So I gave myself the award for the first week, but now in the future weeks, you have to send us your favorite Spotify playlist, your own music. It can be any language, it can be any style of music, and just send it to this address. Okay, ready, Seiji? musicmix@diamondcutterinstitute.com, and create a mix on Spotify and send us the link, and we'll listen to it. And I promise you, next week's winner will not be Geshi Michael.
Congratulations, Yushala, for winning the first weekend. Yay!
Don't forget to listen in on Friday next week. We'll announce the winner, and then you can listen to that music for Saturday and Sunday. Okay,
that's great.
Also, I wanted to say, if you guys wanted to check, you like the Peachtree Morning Show, but you have to do other things like drive or walk or something, there's a podcast also on Spotify that you can get if you look for Peachtree Morning Show, or if you scan this QR code. I'll try to leave it there for a second. If you scan this QR code, it'll get you straight to our Spotify podcast, Peachtree Morning Show.
Yeah.
Also,
Send us more questions. 30 seconds, so Seiji doesn't make fun of me. So, and send it to seedquestions@diamondcutterinstitute.com. We'll be happy to receive more questions, and the team will try to answer all of them. And yeah.
Remember to send them selfie style vertical, putting your phone on vertical, and we'll try to get to all of them.
Yes. So thank you, Geshe Michael, for this morning. Thank you, Seiji, for being with me. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you have a great weekend, and we see you next time. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, Seiji. Thank you, Nora. Please come again many times.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Geshe. Thank you.
Thanks for watching today's Peachtree Morning Show. See you next time.